Okay, I've been playing with a few minutes and I've broken up loads of card objects and made a very quick small house. I'm going to show you what you get left. You just get a very thin small cardboard frame that I guess I'm going to throw away. I can't see me using that. The thickness of the card's about 1.7 millimeters. It's very good. It's not too glossy. I'm quite pleased about the actual texture. The only thing that reflects is actually the plastic clips, which we'll go into in a minute. So it really didn't take long to build this very simple square room. I've pushed a door out here, and I'll just quickly talk to you about doors. So, okay, the door that pushed out of there, I'll use the white background. The door that pushed out of there is a simple cardboard door, and itself is just flat. But included within the set are some very small. I'm going to pop one down on the white surface so you can hopefully see it. A small moon with a dink of a cut dink in the half moon shape, which allows the door to stand up. So in your use in play, you can have the door either standing in open closed situation, or indeed remove it completely if that's not your purpose. Okay, scale. What I have here is a 28mm figure. Let me just put on the side a little bit. Would he actually fit through that door with his sword up? No. Would he actually go through the door? Yes. I guess it's the right kind of scale. I mean, 28mm figures are a little bit crazy superheroic size. I would say this is very strictly 25mm. They've actually got it that figures can be 32mm tall. Sorry, they call it 32 millimeters in height. 1 inch square, so the bases are 1 inch squares. This figure's got a 1 inch square, which is absolutely fine, pretty standard stuff. Do I think there's a problem with the scale? No, not at all. When this guy's in the room, even with this proud sword, he's got one of these ridiculously tall swords, as you can see, it's still absolutely fine. I'll be able to put a roof onto that, which, well, let's just say a flat floor even. So regardless of a roof, what I'm not going to do is damage figures as I stack the building high, which is important. So my figures I've used, and I've got a small little goblin here. Again, just a 1 inch base, easy actually run through the doors. Would I squeeze them through or not? You can, as you just saw me do that. I'm probably going to have players move it from one side to the other. You're going over the top. So, okay, let's go down to the building itself. Cardboard floor and walls, quite sturdy. I've actually not done corner pieces on all the junctions. I decided to on the end where the door was, because where the door is exactly where there'd be a clip, and because of that I thought I would make it a little bit more structurally sound. So you get a combination of these right angle L corners, etc. So I'm going to quickly just show you how easy it is to click in. That is it. That is as simple as that. Pulling out, very simple. Obviously you've got to be careful not to be pinching the plastic when you're pulling it out, because otherwise you're just gripping the card and you're going to make a mark on the card. But it really does seem to work very simply, very easily. So simply put, you've got a base, and I had originally put 8 of these right angle L grips in position. There's a slight cut through on all the card points, and again put that down so you can see the edges. You can just see here and here there's notches throughout, and these notches are where these plastic Terraclips fit. Okay. As I said, there's the I, the T and the L, and the combination makes up every necessary joint and junction. Okay, so we're going to put a roof onto this. I'll be honest, I made a mistake the first time I did a roof. I just got myself 2 roof pieces, and I thought, oh yes, I'll put the joints on the top, and I made myself a right angled roof, and it's not right at all. So the right way of doing a roof, I'm going to pop that over there, is actually this way. So you actually get the end brace in place, and you L-piece the roof tiles. I chose the terracotta stroke wood slats. This one's got a ladder on it. It's just quite sneaky for the thief, a bit easier I think. And I've also popped some L pieces on the bottom of the brace so that I can use it to just simply sit on my building without it falling in. Very simply. Now, of course, you could, if you had wanted to, have had a floor on there. So you've got plenty of pieces you can do floors. There are part floors, etc. You could have made a much bigger roof section and had part of an area. There's even some cornice sections with doors in, so you can actually use it as a proper loft area where you can go into. But I just wanted to make my errors clear to you, how not to do a roof. So some of this is obvious, some of it isn't so obvious. It's great to just play about with. I'm going to just quickly show you a bigger piece, because obviously this is a very small room, and just how quick this is. So here we go. I've already clipped 2 pieces together to make a larger rectangular floor. I've decided I'm going to make it an L-shaped building. So I'm going to want to join these two sides together. I've already put in place T-pieces because I've decided that there'll actually be a wall in this section. So this is going to be one open long room, and off it is going to be another room. So I'm going to quickly slide these together. This is not how I'd recommend doing it. I would always recommend you have your hands quite close to the actual pieces you are joining. And let's put that back again. I'm going to quickly make some more space because that's part of my problem. I've not given myself room here. Okay, so I've got myself a wall section. This has got a door in it. I'm going to push this out in a minute, and I'm going to show you this deliberately, making my mistakes as I go. So I'm going to slide this down, and straight away I'm going to think, I want that door to open. So what I have to do here is make a decision. So I'm going to actually say, yes, I want this door to be removed, I want to be able to open it, etc. Now if I put this in place, what you'll then quickly see, if I put my hand behind it, you've got yourself a T-clip sticking up in the way of the door. This one makes a lot of sense because I want to make a wall between these two rooms, this long room and this small room, but this now doesn't make sense. So I'm going to quickly separate this out, pull this off, and quickly swap that for a flat joint piece, put it all back together, and very quickly get myself in the position I wanted to be. So I've now got myself a room I'm building with an internal wall. I've got the external wall still to do, but I can actually build and plan and change in shape as I go. Obviously I'll have an external wall, the wall going along here. I'll actually use the T-piece sticking in here, which will strengthen this wall so it's not so flapping. So even though it hasn't got the connection where the floor and the door is, it's going to have a connection with the side walls that I'll put in, and I'll put a piece here and a piece here. So it's very, very flexible. Any problems you encounter are solved. These guys have clearly put a lot of effort and design into this, because everything I've just done very quickly, I didn't really trial and read any instructions, I just had a go. And the very fact that you can have a go, make mistakes, very simply correct it, it's not frustrating, it's very robust. What would I say regarding how to store these things? I'd say you're going to need a load of Ziploc bags, small things for all the little round counters, etc. that you've got, and somewhere for storing your T's and your L's and your flat pieces of the Terraclips together. 3 bags from your bank aren't a bad idea, because you can just tuck little counters in here and secure them. Will it all go back into the box when it's in pieces? Probably not. I'm probably going to need to have another box as well. I think the larger flat pieces will fit quite nicely in the box, but I don't think all the clips, all the counters, etc. are going to fit in there. It's well cut. I had no problems at all removing them. Everything popped out really easily. As I think you saw on the first bit of the video, things were falling out as I was handling them. Very, very clean, not a single problem, and I've been rushing a little bit. The door stands are fiddly, but they're a good idea. They do give you the option to, and I'm going to just quickly try and show you this. So I've got that door that I pushed out, which has got the green back, so it's the same one. I'm going to quickly pop in place this little half-moon card with a notch in, and of course it stands up, and I'm going to pop it in place. So there is enough design ideas here to pretty much do what you'd like. They've obviously got other sets in mind already. They've got 3 packets in the Malifaux range available, which is the sewers, the buildings which you're seeing here, and they've got one, I think they call it the streets. Let me just double check. The sewers of Malifaux, the streets of Malifaux, yeah, and the buildings. Whether I need to buy one of each, I don't know, it depends. I don't think I'm personally going to be buying the roads and streets. I'm happy to draw that on mats. I like the idea of buildings. I'm probably going to make the best tavern I've ever made now with this multi-story, etc. And as it's the most visited building, it's going to be to replace my solid set pieces with very flexible real buildings that people can walk around and traverse and get to know, which is fantastic. The details on some of the doors are really fantastic. It's really intriguing. Popping them out, you really get to look and study at the pieces of card. Very nice. There are some more confusing pieces which I've not got to yet, which are the stairs. I've not built a staircase yet. There are some balcony pieces and balcony edges, so that's why they're thin, because they go along these balcony pieces. So there's a whole host of interior details that allow you to have possibly even a double height building. So there's nothing stopping me, even though there are no cut through dips, to make a double height area with a higher wall, pretty much I feel like free to be able to do anything. Only time will tell whether pulling these clips in and out your cardboard is going to damage the cardboard. I think you've got to have a sensible amount of care. Do I think it's fragile or flimsy? No, I've been pulling and yanking and pushing and learning very much myself how to do it very quickly. All in all, very nice, very well cut. Buy a load of Ziploc bags, get yourself another box to store the bits in. It's nice matte kind of satin feel card, good quality, double-sided, means you feel like you're getting a lot for your money, even though it's, I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it's a really good idea. And I'm now going to go build a great big tavern, which I hope to show on some of my role-playing themed videos, which I'm going to plan to do later this year as my group gets back together and we start playing after the Christmas recess. Okay, that's it. Fantastic, well done, glad I got it, and I'm now going to make the most uber tavern I can.